Hey guys, hello and welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Looks like Florida is under the gun. I got some coffee here. Let's turn this down here. This is not going to work. There we go. Turn this down as well. Okay. Ann Beth, hi. How you doing tonight? Dreambert, good to see you. Hey there, Nancy. Live Oak, Florida. Okay, Live Oak, Florida. David Lawrence, good to see you. In there, Rob. Rob's doing good. That's awesome. Queen Blue Dawn, good to see you. You just got your power. Oh boy. Yeah, isn't this something? So you just got your power on after a week. Wow. So I hope it stays on too. And Charlie, good to see you, Charlie. Haven't seen too much action from you lately, but I'm sure you're working on some stuff and you'll be getting out there. And there's Mr. Freddie McKinney. Who knows? Maybe he'll give a quick little call, but I know he's busy. Freddie says he's wide awake. Okay. And I saw Julie Carter Art Studio. That's my sister. Hi, Julie. Hope you're well. Dustin, hey all. Just kind of going over the chat here. And I'll come back to that because I don't want to just leave you looking all at one thing. So let's see here. What else do we got to look at? We got that right there. There's Mr. Hurricane. How about I refresh this real quick? There we go. Now let's see what you can see. So there it is. So it's currently a Cat 5 hurricane. It's got 165 mile per hour winds. The pressure is currently at 902 millibars. And this storm is tracking east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. So that's what's happening. And it's headed to you know where. Headed to Florida. So let's get an idea of where this thing is going. So this is from the National Hurricane Center showing the track. Looks like it's just going to punch right through central Florida there. So Live Oak, Florida. I'll have to look that up and see where that is here. Not sure where that is. Let's go ahead and go to our map here once. Let's just look at Live Oak, Florida. There it is. So if you live in Live Oak, oh, you're in the northern part, but boy, you've really had a lot of hurricane action up there in Live Oak. So I hope, yeah, maybe you'll catch a break here, but I don't know. That's kind of intense if you live there. So let's see. Here's Florida. So this is main part of the storm. It's looking at Tampa. Hopefully you can see what I'm seeing. I better get over there and check. Yep. So this is where the storm is projected to go. And here's the current radar image for Tampa right now. Southern Florida has some storms, and I'm going to go ahead and change radars real quick here because look at these. They're like supercells out there in the out there in the Gulf. And we'll go ahead and look at the the velocities. So look at how they're rotating. So these storms are rotating out there. Those are probably water spouts out there right now. So there is going to be a little bit of a tornado threat as these things come on, get closer to the shore, and as this thing ramps up, especially once it gets closer. So that's kind of the situation. Let's go ahead and flip back over to reflectivity. And then we'll just kind of get over here and look at hit that back over to Tampa radar right there. So that's kind of the current conditions. I'll go ahead and animate it. So that's what's happening on the current radar situation, but the storm is out there a ways. Let's see where it is. It's clear out there. Pretty far away yet, so I think it's forecast to make landfall when? It looks like this is pretty much the latest. It looks like 1 a.m. Thursday as a major hurricane, so that would be, we're thinking Wednesday night, starting to really pound the shore. I'm drinking some coffee here in case you haven't noticed. So that's kind of the situation. Let's see what you can see. Tell you what, let's make this so you can actually kind of fumble in my fingers here a little bit. Let's get over to this. There you go. Now you can see what I was talking about. So looks like tomorrow afternoon, just after noon, 1 p.m., starting to really make its way close to Florida. And then over the next 12 hours, it's going to start rocking. It's going to start rocking the beach. And it's forecasted to hit as a major hurricane. Storm surge is going to be a major threat. Some areas up to above 9 feet is what they're forecasting. So Queen is in Avalon, Florida. And you didn't get much from Helene. I hope Milton doesn't do too much more damage. The people need a break, absolutely. Nancy's having coffee also. It's good stuff right here, just getting the old home brew going. So that's the forecast. Yeah, this is crazy. So we just got through one devastating hurricane, Helene, that has just given us all kinds of problems. And now we got another one coming to Florida. It's crazy. Paige just finished her cup of coffee. Okay. I just reheated mine out of the thermos. So who do we got in here? So Ann, Beth is here. Zen, good to see you. Renee and Nancy. So yeah, I need to, Freddie was telling me some things here. I'll have to check into that. Chris's weather. Good to see you, Chris. Chris is pretty good at analyzing things. He's kind of a weather guy, so good to see Chris in here. So what else do we have? All right, so this is, let's see if we can fresh this right here. There we go. There's the latest from the Hurricane Hunters, their reconnaissance mission. So they've made a few passes. It doesn't show where the plane is. I guess it shows the plane being right here. But as they went through, they recorded 904. These are accurate readings. They recorded 904 millibars. That's pretty low. That's the lowest reading. And then they've got wind speeds all around this thing, and you can see the eye. It's kind of oversetting that, but so they actually fly this plane, so it's kind of like a C-130. It's basically a C-130, 4-engine prop, 4-engine propeller airplane, and I'm not sure at what level they fly this airplane at, but they fly through that hurricane. And it's a pretty bumpy ride. I was watching a live stream last night of them. They were live streaming it from the cockpit as they were flying through the hurricane. It was during the day, and that was pretty cool. I'm not sure it was a live stream, but it was a video of them. So you might want to check that out. Good to see you, Chloe. Idle time. Great to see you. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. Tomorrow night's going to be the big night, so I'm not sure I will be live, but, you know, there'll be so many people live tomorrow. Yes, hurricane hunters they are big-time guys there. So let's see, what else do we got that we can look at? What's this? That, not necessarily wanted to see that. What happens if I go back? I don't really need that one. Okay, here's a model. This is North American. This is Nam Nest off of Cod. So this is telling us about wind gusts, and so you can see the wind gusts as this thing comes on shore. And this model shows this thing, just the eye, pretty kind of small, just really tight, just landing right into Tampa Bay. Now, I've been hearing that the track is possibly heading a little bit to the south, so we'll have to verify that. But you can see this thing punching into Tampa Bay with these winds, you know. So these are wind gusts. And, you know, 112 knots, so I know that's a lot. Actually, miles per hour, it's a lot higher than that. So this is going to be pushing storm surge up onto the shore there, and Tampa Bay is susceptible. Just hope everybody's heeding the warning. And then this thing just continues to cut across Florida. Now you got, not sure what's on the other side, whether it's Daytona or what. I don't know where Daytona is, but actually let's take a peek at back to Florida. Let's get an idea of what's on the other side. So we got Cape Canaveral, Melbourne, Palm Bay, and here's Daytona. And those winds are going to be coming out of the north. So yeah, I mean, if you're on the eastern side of Florida, I would take heed. So good to see you, Suncool. Good to see you there, Donna. Good to see you too. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah. This is kind of crazy stuff. So, whoops, didn't want that. Let's go back to see what's on here. So this is a photo of what it looked like from satellite, and you can see that beautiful looking eye. This was observed at 4:30 p.m. and this was observed from the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunters. Well, they confirmed that it's Category 5. And it's looking to make landfall potentially with around 125 mile per hour winds on the shores there. So that's looking kind of crazy. So let's see. Here's the spin. As it's moving toward Florida. As you can see, it's kind of lifting up to the east. So Where will it track from there is the question. Debbie, I see Debbie in here. Raina, good to see you. Yeah. You're listening to Freddie riding with DL. Yeah, I was listening to him too. Listening to those guys. Came in their stream for a little bit to say hi. I don't really know how they're going to play this one tomorrow. It's kind of crazy. Let's see, what else can we look at here? So let's go ahead and, while we got this model up, let's look at the rain situation. So we're going to look at total precipitation. And this is going to give us an idea of what's forecast for total precipitation. See it moving up north, just coming into Tampa Bay. Not only flooding it with storm surge, but right there on the shore, right there, it's, that says 27 inches of rain, right as it's coming on, and then as it gets on shore. So we're over a foot, let's just say, consistently over a foot of rain all the way across Florida, a pretty wide path. So flooding is definitely going to be an issue with this storm. So while we're here, let's just kind of look at this model as it shows it coming in by reflectivity, kind of what it's going to resemble. So it's going to come cranking up here, spinning there, and it just comes flying in, hitting Florida with a very defined eye, and then it kind of loses that eye formation as it goes across. Then as it comes back out, it just kind of loses some of its grip. Okay, let's see what else we can see here. Let's go to a hurricane model here. Let's look at this model. Go ahead and click that. How fast will that go? Shows it coming into, whoops, tick a sounding. Let's stop that. All right, let's go. Now we're clear out. So let's back it out. Here it comes. So here it is when it's offshore. This model shows it at 929 millibars as it's coming close to the shore. Let's see, and then 939, 944. Looks like it lowers right there. No, I can't read it very well, but it looks like it goes up to 961 and 971. Getting across on the other side up to 983. So that's what we're seeing from this HAFSB model. It's a hurricane model, and that's giving us a look. Kip. There he is, Kip Metcalf. Good to see you, Kip. Kip's a great guy. I've been following him for a long time. He's a fantastic storm chaser. He had one of the most beautiful winter storm chases I ever saw that was all over the Weather Channel years ago. And he's a great, thank you for posting his channel there, Paige. And And Kip, I really hope you're doing well. I've been following you, so my prayers are with you, brother. Very much. So keep it up, man. Just definitely hang in there. So let's see here. What else can we look at? I wanted to go over here. So this is the Twitter page of the National Hurricane Center. So that was their latest tweet. And let's see if they got any more information here. Sometimes they have some pretty cool graphs. It's kind of scrolling through. Not really a lot new on here. So let me pull this one up real quick. And it's talking about storm surge here. So this is what they say. A large area of destructive storm surge with highest inundations of 10 feet or greater is expected. So they're expecting 10 feet or greater storm surge along a portion of the west central coast of Florida Peninsula. So if you are in the storm surge warning area, this is an extremely life-threatening situation. You should evacuate today if ordered by local officials. So the storm surge is great, but also devastating hurricane force winds are expected along portions of the west coast. And heavy rainfall across Florida Peninsula and tropical storm conditions. So, you know, as I was watching the streams the last time, those power lines coming down and those power flashes, that was pretty crazy stuff there. Okay, so Caitlin, hi there, good to see you. Sun Cool Breeze, welcome in, good to see you. Tony, yeah, looks like it's going to hit. Looks like it's going to punch, so let's go ahead and come back over to here. And they have these ensemble. Let's see, this is kind of giving us that's an ensemble model. Let's go to hurricane. Go back to satellite imagery. There's our storm right now as it's moving up the bay. So I would get ready. Let's take a look at the radar too real quick and see what's happening. See if there's anything crazy going on right now. So just some offshore stuff. This is still too far out. I probably need to get another radar that would show what this is currently doing, but we'll just stick with, let's see what I got up here. We'll stick with that. So tomorrow, if I go live, I might pull up some of Freddie's stream and do some analysis and try to figure out where he's at. I don't really know what his strategy is for tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, Dreambert. So, okay, when you get some money, you might become a member. Well, it might happen. Sometimes people gift memberships, and if you're lucky, you get one. Good, you subscribe to Kip's channel. Appreciate that. Big W to Kip. And while I'm at it, I'm going to give super shout out to those moderators that we have in here that are so awesome. Paige is the GOAT. So she does a fantastic job. Very blessed to have her as a moderator on my channel. Appreciate that very much. So this is it's just a great way to, right now. So we're kind of waiting for second season, also storm chasing season, to come along. And it's just not, haven't seen hardly anything yet, so I don't know if it's going to kick off or not. But, in the meantime, we got this hurricane action going, and one of the things I feel kind of bad about, I wish I could take a month off and just go down there and help. There's so many people who are right now could just use the help. So one of the ways that we can help is to donate. If we can't donate our time and our talent, we can donate some funds. And let's see, what did I do here? I did something strange to my computer. There we go. We can donate to the cause, and there's some good ones out there. The Red Cross, you can always give to that. And you can give to, one I like is Samaritan's Purse. They've got a whole team of people on the ground, and they have, they do a lot of compassionate work out there. The Y'all Squad is one you can give to, and they're getting supplies in, just various places. So other church organizations and nonprofits out there. Those are some great ways that you can help with the situation. So let's see. Forecast. Let's see if we can get over here and see what the Hurricane Center is forecasting. So we talked about this a little bit. Let's see what they got here. This is the surfaced wind field estimate for Hurricane Milton. So this whole area in red is hurricane force wind warning. All the blue is probably tropical storm force. They're also, this is rainfall potential. Let's look at this and check this out a second. So, not sure, let me see what you can see. Yeah, you can see the chart on the right. So if you'll notice something, the rain in this area is above 12 inches. It kind of starts around 12 inches. This out here is 16, so that gives you an idea. So a foot of rain, but then there's a wide swath here of about 8 inches. So what do you think about that? When you have a foot of water coming down from every direction on every inch of your property, you're that deep. And if you have any kind of a stream or a river, which there are rivers and streams in Florida, I'm not very good with the geography of Florida, but I hear that there can be some real freshwater flooding out there too. So that's on top of it all. Okay, there's Green Bay Bud there. Good to see you. And he's got a football, and he's got an ear of corn. That's pretty cool. I like your, I like the way you have your handle there. Tony, shift it further south. Okay. Yeah, it could end up going further south. Yeah, it is going to be devastating. And so I just, prayers go out to these people that are in the path and they have their. So speaking of that rain, we looked at the rain totals. This is flash flood risk over the next 3 days. And there is all levels, everything from marginal to moderate in the red, and then in the purple is high risk. So there's a high risk for flash flooding. So please, if you're in that area or you know anyone in that area, please tell them to be careful. And so if you see on the right here, first of all, we have day 1 through Wednesday morning. That's on the right. Day 2 would be tomorrow through Thursday morning. And that's when the highest risk is. But then even into Friday morning, we've got a moderate risk for eastern Florida for flooding. So the storm chasers are down there, and they need to be careful of that flooding. With that kind of rain, you're going to have to stay on high ground. It's not something to fool around with. Okay, so hello from Panama. So that's ATLF girl from Panama City, Florida. Okay, how's the weather down there? And sun cool? Good to see you. So we're at Panama City. Let's see if we can find that on our little Panama City. For some reason, I think that's south. It's probably north. Oh, here it is up here. It's up here in the Panhandle. So it looks like you're kind of going to be out of the fray if you're up here in Panama City. But if you're down here between Tampa and Orlando and this whole area right here in the middle, you are in for a ride. So definitely take it easy. Let's go ahead and update our infrared satellite. So that's current conditions as this thing keeps getting out over the open waters and moving its way toward Florida. Yes, Freddie is chasing this. So he left, and I'm starting to get my days mixed up. I'm sure his days are feeling mixed up, but he left this morning. I can't remember if he left at like 5 a.m. or something like that. But anyway, he left Omaha, flew to Atlanta, took a connecting flight to Miami, met up with Storm Runner Media, and so he currently, I think he's in the car with Storm Runner, and I think he's going to chase with Carner, but I don't know. Okay, so you won't get any rain up there in Panama City. Nope. But you never know. This thing could, and wouldn't that be crazy if it just turned north and went right back for Perry? But I don't think so. If anything, it might track a little bit south. So let's see if there's any updates. Let's go back over to, well, we're right here. Let's see what we got. Any forecast models? Let's see, hurricane. Let's look at this A model. So look at this rain band out here. This is the HAFSA model. Okay, it moves awfully fast. So where is Florida? Florida's over there. You can see the bands well ahead of the eye. Some heavy rain coming in. When will that be? So that'd be 18Z on October. No, that's the model. So this is OOZ on Wednesday night. So that would be about 7 o'clock Central Time. Let's see. That'd be about 10 o'clock. So much. Now we're coming into 18Z Wednesday, 21Z Wednesday. This is about 4 o'clock. Let's back up and see the rain. So look at these out here. They're like supercells. That's going to impact the coast as this is coming in. So there could be a tornado threat with this. And this would be, this is at 18Z on Wednesday. So that's about noon tomorrow. As this gets close, it's going to get hammered with these supercells that are arcing off of this beast. Let's go out another 3 hours. They come on shore. Now here's Tampa. And this thing, driving wind, of course, coming up here from the south, creating the storm surge. Just gets closer and closer to Tampa, and this shows it. This shows the eye hitting just below Tampa Bay. And so with that in mind, let's see who would be the target. So we're kind of looking Sarasota, Florida, Osprey, all these areas along here. This whole area down along here now has to be very careful from this tremendous storm surge that's going to impact it. The winds are going to be coming in here violently and pushing the water up onto the shore, and we might even up here on the north, some of the winds are coming back out to sea, and that's going to have kind of a reverse effect and kind of push the water out up there. But there's going to be very heavy rain and a lot of wind. So then as it makes landfall, yeah, it's very close to Tampa, but just offshore. So let's go over to this model here. And as we see it coming in, and I'll try to move this up here. Actually, let's see if there's a current model here. OOZ is coming in, and we're going to go to floater 1. Okay. It's just coming in, so it's not fully in yet, so we can't really see. Let's go back one model to 18Z and watch this thing come up. So on the NAM 3K model, shows it just almost bullseyeing Tampa. And with that in mind, so let's look at some surface products. So wind gusts. So this model shows us wind gusts. And here you see this thing coming in. Look at the wind field right there. So let's look at that. You know, we got like 100 mile per hour and plus potential winds landing on this part south of, and here's Tampa, but also consider all of this south. What did I say that was? Sarasota? Sorry, I just lost this thing. Let's go up here. So it punches on. Boom, it comes in on shore right there. Now let's look at our map here, Google Maps. Yeah, Sarasota. Sarasota. So look at this. Here's the Sarasota Bay. Right there. That is the Sarasota Bay. That looks like, let's get in here and kind of look at this a little bit. You know, this looks like it could be some real dangerous potential. You can just see the water coming right up. Here's Bay Island, these places. So if the storm is surging and the water is rising, I do not know what the tide forecast is. That would be terrible if the tide was just like at high tide. That would not be good. But these are some areas. I think Sarasota just really needs to be alerted to that potential. Siesta Key, I don't know how you say that right. Osprey, Nokomis, Venice, South Venice, these beaches down here. That all looks like a target for this storm. Okay, so I want to come back to this and look at some satellite imagery. Let's see, visible. Right now it's too dark to see. Let's see if I can go back to if I could go back a model. Let's go back this way. Water vapor. There you go. So this is pretty classic, really. So look at, isn't that a beautiful shot right there? I just think that's so cool. This gives you an idea of how big this storm is. This is water vapor imagery from satellite, and it's picking up this storm as it moves, as it's just... Now, here's something I want to point out. Look, you can kind of get the track, how it's going up this way. How far north will it go before it turns into Florida? That's one of the things that we are trying to figure out here. So if you see this area over here in southern Florida, let's go to our... Let's check out our current radar issue. So we're not really picking up a lot here. While I'm on this, let's look what's going on down here a little bit. And we're going to zoom in here on these. Some storms here down by the Keys. Nothing too crazy, but already getting a lot of rain down there. That's the current situation on our radar look. Now, back to this view. But I just think it's crazy how, this is almost like looking at something on Saturn or Jupiter or something like that, those big hurricane storms that form on those other planets. But you can see the eye right now. Look how defined the eye is of this thing. The current conditions right now, as we speak, it is a Category 5 hurricane, and it has sustained winds of 165 miles per hour. So you don't see one of these very often. You don't see them very often in the Gulf like this. It's not very often you see a Cat 5 hurricane in the Gulf heading towards Florida. So this is extremely unique in that sense. So I want to check out any other, see what other images we can see. Has there been a current, okay, looks like, did they make, what's the latest pass here? 01, let's see, 01Z, that would be, let's see, 7, 8 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock. This is what was observed by the hurricane hunters. And so they see the different millibar readings here between 9:04 and 9:13. And here's the wind bars out here. So that's what's going on. Let's see if we go back to this. See what else they got here. Here's the tracks that they took. So you can see the eye. And this is the route. So you can see, it looks like the plane came down like this and just sort of hooked right through the eye wall. And that's how it got its reading. Again, flying a C-130, 4-engine propeller plane. And those aircraft were made, gosh, maybe 60 years ago. That's how long those planes have been around. So it just goes to show when you build something good, it's hard to improve on it because they're still using those today. Those 4-engine props, basically it's a C-130. You can look that up. And that's the type of plane. I'm sure it's modified in some way. I mean, I don't know everything about it, but I think it's pretty impressive. Aircraft be flying through this stuff and recording these things. Let's just some more analysis here. This is an idea of what the storm looked like. So let's just go back to this. And let's see what the current storm looks like. Back to the satellite here. There it is. So it's moving right now. Last I saw, it was only moving about 10 miles per hour. Excuse me. That's not super fast. I imagine it's going to maybe pick up some speed as it keeps going. All right, good to see you guys. Let's see. I'll get over here to the chat for a minute and see what's going on. So how are you all doing tonight? So Paige says maximum sustained winds 165 miles per hour, 270 kilometers east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Another thing that's crazy is that the hurricane is rotating and moving forward at the same time. That's just amazing to think about. Agreed. It's rotating and it's moving forward. It's tracking along the route. Let's see. Let's go back and let's see what other image do we have here. Here's the water vapor. I wonder if there's a way to zoom in on it. There is. Okay. Well, we can kind of zoom in on that. There we go. Now we can kind of see that eye. What do you think of that shot? There's our storm. So I'm wondering how the chasers are going to I'm wondering how they are going, what their strategy is going to be, because, you know, Tampa is a big place and kind of hard, you know, you just get in the city of Tampa, so I don't think that would be the best place to go. By the way, I see here, looks like 115 likes. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the likes tonight. Thank you. Appreciate that encouragement. But that's a little bit blurry. Maybe I'm a little too zoomed in. But it does give you an idea of what the what it looks like. So if you see this, if you go from the Yucatan, is that what that is? The Yucatan Peninsula? I should know my geography better. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But it looks like it's about a quarter. Maybe I'll stop the... let's do this. Let's just pause it. And let's move it all the way up. There we go. So we are 1, 2, 3. You know, we're a little over a quarter of the way working our way up to Florida right now. Just some absolute amazing stuff with this storm. Okay, so we've got, let's see here. Let me go to this. get my chat up here a little bit better so I can see it. 119 likes. Yes, thank you for those likes. Let's see more. Where did I... I'm going to try to get the chat here on my phone. Sometimes it's easier to read that way. I don't have to look too far away. But what did I do? Let me just refresh it. Anyway, got it messed up. Oh, you live in a heavily wooded area. Yeah. I live in a very heavily unwooded, unwooded area. So let me see if I can just, I'm going to have to refresh this because I lost my chat. Come back in. There we go. Got the chat back up here. So Bud, are the trees changing colors up there yet? I presume he's, and Paige is answering yes, slightly. So must be talking about the trees in Canada. So Ka'o Chad, is it still wobbling southward? I'm on north shore of the Bahamas and extended my stay to chase the post-us landfall version of Milton, but more concerned about getting more dirty side. Okay. Yeah, I don't... So what we could do... Let's do a little investigative work here. Let's kind of go back to this. And analysis tools. Historical data. What about the forecast models? That's not getting it. Let's see here. Surface analysis. Let's pull this one up. I haven't seen that. Oh, that's satellite imagery. We've already been there. How about current storms? Here's the latest from Tropical Tidbits. Okay, so here's the global. What's this called? It's a global model. Let's go back one, see what it was. What was that called again? It's a global and hurricane models. Okay, there's the potential tracks, and it looks like it's... See, we can blow this up some, just a little bit, and then I can go like that. Looks like just about everything has it just coming through Florida, but there are some that show it coming through a little bit on the southern side. And then this thing just kind of shoots out to sea. So let's click off of that and go to... Here's the intensity guidance model. Okay, so look out here. So we are currently, it's up in the Cat 5 range. And it kind of continues on as a Cat 5. Now we're down to 96 hours out. So as it goes forward, we see it dropping into the Cat 4 range. Some models kind of keep it up in that range, and then these other models have it quickly dropping down. So, but right now, what's the current? Current is, it's 165 mile per hour, It's a Cat 5. The pressure is 902 millibars, and it's moving east at 10 miles per hour. Right now, Tampa Bay is, I don't know if that's current or not. We're going to be getting some gusts here pretty soon, but this is just kind of a crazy forecast here. So what do we got here? Look at that. So is it going to bust or move north? It better hurry up, okay? I don't know what it's going to do, but it kind of looks like it's going to go straight through the middle. There you go. Follow along on Tropical Tidbits. Yep. It's a pretty cool site here. So let's X out of this one and see what else we can look at here. And we haven't looked at the GEPS tracks. Everything pretty much just has it staying in this range, coming right on through Florida, and then just pushing on out into the Atlantic. So I think that's going to be the situation, and then back to the National Hurricane Center. Shows it by Friday being clear out here. Here's Bermuda way over here. So Saturday, between Saturday and Sunday, has a storm making its way out of here, and maybe giving Florida a little bit of a break. I think they've had their fun for a while. And so that's that. So we're going to click off of that. Kind of investigated all this. Anything else to look at here? Surface analysis. Some pretty good stuff. Current storm. There it is right there, making its way along. MG at God Struggler, laugh out loud. Okay, so God Struggler's in here. How you doing? Hold on. Why do I always do that? Okay, Paige found some interesting info. United States Navy consolidated BP-4Y2 privateer of Airborne Early Warning Squadron was lost during reconnaissance of Super Typhoon Doris. Oh, that's not good. So 1953, okay? So apparently that's the aircraft, the BP-4Y2. So think about that. So you got 53, 63, 73, 83, 93, 2003, 2013, 2023, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70 years that this aircraft is been going. Is that right? If so, that's a pretty impressive stretch. Let's just take a look. So I'm going to let you look at satellite here a second. Radar. Let's go ahead and get Tampa up. There's the Tampa radar. By the way, anything else going on in the nation? Doesn't look like it. And why that is going on, let me see, what view do we see? I'm going to switch you over to radar. And I'll see if I can find a photo of this. Let's see, it's a PB4Y. -2. That looks a little different. Let's go to images. Yeah, that one, not sure that that's the, maybe that is what they fly now. Let's get a look at it. Sorry, I'm doing some searching here. That's a forklift. Don't need that. That's YouTube. Anyway, I could be all wrong on this, but interesting to think about. We need to do some more looking into it. Okay, let's see, what are you guys seeing? Let's switch this over to this. Storm surge there. What should we look at now? Let's see if there's anything on Twitter from the National Hurricane Center, any updates. Two hours ago, Hurricane Milton will bring life-threatening storm surge to portions of Florida Gulf. So that's kind of old. That was as of 4:30 p.m. So not a lot new from Twitter. Let's see what else is on the National Hurricane Center website. Peak surge. Let's look at this. So this is the thing that they highlight as the biggest threat, and it definitely is a life-threatening situation when you consider this. Okay, sorry about that. I just lost it. So where did it go? Peak surge. There it is. All right, let's try this again. Excuse me. There, that's what I wanted to do. All right, let's talk about this a little bit. So let's make sure I got you on the right thing. There we are. So you're seeing what I'm seeing. So Tampa Bay's in the middle, 10 to 15 feet. That's pretty insane. So the threat there goes all the way down. That'd be the purple. The 10 to 15 feet goes all the way down to Inglewood. Charlotte Harbor, 8 to 12 feet of storm surge. Let's see here. I think I'm too far zoomed in. Let's try this. Bonita Beach. So basically all along the western side. Dangerous storm surge there. So that's one threat. The other threat is the winds, of course, and that's going to be knocking down the trees. So I heard a fact today that an 80-mile-an-hour wind can flip a trailer, can knock a trailer home over. An 80-mile-an-hour wind can do that. So we're talking 100 plus, maybe 125-mile-per-hour winds or higher, maybe. I don't know, as it lands. So that's one threat. Storm surge is a threat. Hurricane force winds is another threat. Let's just go back here. Here's the wind threat. Hurricane force winds. And then the rainfall. Here's the wind speed. We haven't looked at this one. Okay, so these are tropical storm force wind speed probabilities. 90% plus. Let's look for hurricane force wind probabilities. Let's see, maybe then I don't have that on here. So we'll look at the rainfall again. So that's a threat. Windfall, or the wind, high winds are a threat, and then the rain. It's all one big threat. So it's going to be kind of rough down there in Florida. They're going to need some time to dry out. And there's still damage from the previous hurricane. Okay. Anyway, guys, it looks like, what time is it? It's about 9:30, so I'm going to start winding down here. Let's leave you with something cool like that. But let's refresh it. So we got the current. Make sure we got the current one. Here it comes. So I hope you guys are getting ready. So I'm going to go ahead and wind this down so you guys hopefully can get a good night's rest and get ready for the big day tomorrow. So it looks like we had some pretty good views tonight. Before you go, please remember to hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, I appreciate that you would do that as well. And tomorrow night, I'm say there's probably a 90% plus chance that Freddie will be live. Freddie McKinney will be live down there near Tampa. I'm not sure where they're going to be. Tampa, Sarasota. I would say they're probably going to be maybe closer to Sarasota, somewhere in that area. But when I asked him where he's going, he said he's going to Ground Zero, wherever that is. So you know Freddie, he's going to try to be in the path. But it's good to see you guys. Sun Cool, you're welcome for the stream. Nancy, you have a great night. And MG, good night to you. God Struggler, appreciate you. Yes, thank you to the mods. Chris's Weather, thank you much. Miriam, thank you as well. MG says those kids better be careful. You're darn right about that, because there's a lot of ways to get messed up down there with the flooding and storm surge and winds and stuff flying around. At least Freddie said he did get a helmet, but yeah, hopefully that will help. Paige, thank you for the great moderating you've done tonight. And just being so positive in the stream. Chris's weather. Thank you for your moderating, and just hope you have a great day. So just hope everyone just has a wonderful, wonderful night. Get some good sleep. Sleep is good. Don't underestimate it. Sleep is important. But Julie, yep, see you tomorrow in the chat, at least, maybe in Freddie's stream. Not sure if I'll go live, but maybe sometime I'll jump on there for a little bit too. Emperor Penguin, you're welcome. You guys are great, and I appreciate all of you. We've got one of the greatest, got one of the most positive and greatest channels on the planet, and I'm thankful for it. I praise God for it, and I praise God for each and every one of you. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Everyone stay safe. And, yep, I'm going to get some rest too. Stimpy, you get to bed. Kip, you get some sleep and get well and keep us posted. Great to see you guys. So I am going to go ahead and say goodnight. And you guys have an awesome rest of your night. Take care.